The moment we've all been waiting for. I just gotta pick a spot for my statue.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're looking at the most significant differences between the animated and live-action versions of How to Train Your Dragon. Spoilers for both films.
Oh, this is amazing! The wind's in mine! Cheese! Stop!
Number 10. Sheep Trap.
This is Burke. It's 12 days north of hopeless and a few degrees south of freezing to death. It's located solidly on the meridian of misery.
The remake opens pretty much like the animated film, but takes a little more time immersing us in Burke. The original sees a dragon swoop in, snatching a sheep grazing on grass. In the remake, the Vikings craft a trap that resembles a sheep. When the dragon takes the bait, it sets off an alarm, alerting Burke that the pests have arrived.
Most people would leave. Not us. We're Vikings. We have stubbornness issues.
Although Burke is slightly more prepared, the swarm of dragons still make off with much of their livestock. Hiccup's narration provides a few additional details, noting that Astrid and her crew are Burke's fire brigade. If it wasn't obvious enough already, it's also stressed that Astrid is the one Hiccup is talking about when he expresses his desire to go on a date.
So I guess we'll share?
Reddit.
All mine then. Wow. So, okay. I'll see you, tomorrow.
Number 9. Stoic Speech. Gerard Butler returns as Stoic the Vast.
Now I had the opportunity to live and breathe Stoic. Stoic the Vast! Literally fill his boots to fight those dragons for real.
While the scenes between Hiccup and his father essentially play out as you remember, we get to see Stoic interact more with fellow Burke residents. The most notable example is when he's rallying the other Vikings to search for the elusive dragon's nest.
If we find the nest and destroy it, the dragons will leave. They'll find another home. One more search, before the ice sets in.
Those ships never come back.
We're Vikings. It's an occupational hazard. Now who's with me?
In the original, Stoic gives two options: join him in the search or stay behind and look after Hiccup. This immediately gets everyone on board. The remake sees Stoic deliver a longer speech, singling out individuals in the room as he convinces them to join him on the water. It highlights that Stoic isn't just a fierce warrior, he's a natural leader who connects with others, making them want to follow him.
Well, I can show my face in public again.
Number 8. Snotlouts Father. Hiccup's teenage friends have always been among the more underdeveloped aspects of the How to Train Your Dragon films. While the remake doesn't greatly expand upon their backgrounds, we are given some extra insight.
Snotlout represents what a Viking should be. He's head first, he's brash, he's big. In his mind, the ultimate Viking.
I'll take care of this!
Snotlout is still Hiccup's rival. Although they share something in common here, both are trying to win their father's approval. Even if communication isn't their strong suit, at least Stoic acknowledges that Hiccup exists. That's more than can be said about Snotlouts' father, Spitelout, who ignores his son around every turn.
Could this day get any worse? Let me see. We're gonna jump into freezing cold water and then die from drowning.
Looks refreshing.
Snotlout seems to be in denial, which explains why he overcompensates by acting like a hotshot. Snotlout finally gets his dad's attention during the climax as he rides a dragon, helping save Burke from the Red Death.
Look at us! We're on a dragon! We're on dragons! All of us!
Number 7. The Elder.
Okay, quiet down. The Elder has decided.
In the 2010 film, the village elder, Gothi, singles out Hiccup to fight the monstrous nightmare for his final example. Gothi's kind of randomly dropped into the plot before retreating to the background, although she receives a touch more development in the DreamWorks Dragons TV series.
Gothi, are you okay? What is it? Gothi. Her scar. It matches the keyhole.
Yeah, and it looked like a dragon bite to me.
Oh, it is. But she doesn't like to talk about it.
The remake gives Gothi more of a presence throughout the training sessions. Stoic introduces her early on, and we see Gothi keeping track of each young Viking's progress. Although Astrid is initially out in front, Hiccup soon catches up. Like her animated counterpart, Gothi is a woman of few words, but you can tell that she commands respect from everyone in the village. Even with little dialogue, actress Naomi Worthner brings gravitas to a small yet significant role.
You don't need to talk to Mrs. Jones. You need to talk to me. But when we have our scheduled appointment.
Number 6. More realistic dragons. Granted, Toothless more or less retains his cute toyetic design, although there are some tweaks to make him fit into a live-action environment.
When we decided to reimagine Toothless, we thought we should probably make that dragon powerful and elegant, and also kind of cuddly and cute.
The other dragons are given more prominent CGI overhauls. While their designs aren't drastically changed, they are rendered to appear more realistic, or at least as realistic as mystical creatures can be. Director Dean Deblois said in an interview, quote, "We started with that idea that even though we had some quite cartoonish designs in the animated films, we should work backward to the animal that inspired those designs."
If we didn't believe that the dragons were real and credible and of this world, then the whole thing would fall apart. So I said, we will make you the promise that our dragons will feel as credible as any dinosaur in Jurassic Park. But we have to manage to retain the personalities and the design cues. But everything that we love about the dragons from the animated movie needs to somehow be migrated into reality.
For inspiration, the team looked to real-life animals like birds, crocodiles, and walruses. The aim was to ground these characters in a live-action world, yet still preserve the animation's, quote, personality and whimsy.
The hope was that as people watched the movie, they would realize, oh, my cat does that. Or I've seen my dog do that exact same thing.
Who's a good boy? Oh, he's a good boy. Oh, okay. Yeah? Luigi? Is that the spot?
Number 5. How the Vikings Get Home.
Toothless, stay here.
Come on, guys, get ready. Hold on tight, here we go.
The original ends with Hiccup emerging from his house, finding Vikings and dragons living together in harmony. The remake concludes on a similar note, although it provides one extra detail: how the Vikings returned to Burke. After all, the Red Death destroyed their ships in a fiery blaze.
They've killed hundreds of us!
And we've killed thousands of them!
The remake reveals that the Vikings escaped the island by riding the dragons home. It's safe to assume that's what they did in the animated film as well. While the audience probably could have filled in the blanks on their own, it is satisfying seeing Hiccup light up when he learns that his father rode a dragon. It further emphasizes that Stoic has moved past his prejudice, accepting the dragons as part of his clan.
We're a lot alike, he and I. We're both protectors. We're both leaders.
And you're both hard-headed.
Hard-headed, you say? Skull-crushing's more like it. Wait, that's what we'll call you. Skull-crusher.
Number 4. The Alpha.
What is that?
All right, bud, we gotta get out of here.
Upon discovering the dragon's nest in the animated version, Astrid compares it to a beehive with the queen controlling her workers. This expositional line is in the remake as well, albeit with a modification. Astrid refers to the Red Death as an alpha. In the animated continuity, the concept of alphas isn't introduced until How to Train Your Dragon 2.
Every nest has its queen, but this is the king of all dragons. With his icy breath, this graceful giant built our nest. A safe haven for dragons everywhere.
With some exceptions like Toothless, the alpha is usually a massive beast that can send other dragons into a hypnotic trance. The first film doesn't spell out whether the Red Death is an alpha in the same vein as the Bewilderbeast, which our heroes encounter in the sequel. The live-action film makes it clearer that the queen is an alpha, bending other dragons' wills.
No dragon can resist the Alpha's command. So he who controls the Alpha controls them all.
Number 3. Hiccup and Astrid's conversation.
Wow, you've lost everything. Your father, your tribe, your best friend. What are you gonna do about it?
The remake adds an exchange between Astrid and Hiccup shortly after the latter discovers Toothless. Hiccup throws out the idea that maybe there's more to dragons than they think, much to Astrid's confusion. She proceeds to condemn Hiccup, convinced he's had it easy as the chief's son.
You got me. Time everybody knew. Just take me back. Ow! Ow! Why would you do that?
That's for the lies. And that's for everything else.
Astrid has aspirations to become a chief someday, working hard to prove herself. Hiccup can't argue with Astrid, believing Stoic would be prouder to have her as a kid than him. It shows that Astrid and Hiccup envy what the other has. While Hiccup hasn't won her respect yet, Astrid does begin to see that he's working through his own insecurities. Stoic casts a vast shadow, which Hiccup seems destined to live in until he forges his own path.
When you carry this axe, you carry all of us with you. Which means you walk like us, you talk like us, you think like us. No more of this.
Number 2. Burke is more diverse. Burke is predominantly Caucasian in the animated universe. There were people of color behind some of the voices, including America Ferrera. Yet the remake strives to have more representation on screen.
Call me boring?
Boring.
But I'm just excited to see some real, live dragons up close. You know, I could do without the permanent injuries and...
Oh, where's the glory in that?
Yeah, it's only fun if you get a scar out of it.
Not only are Astrid and Fishlegs played by actors of color, but Burke is comprised of different races and ethnicities. This isn't exactly colorblind casting, as historical research suggests there were Vikings with darker skin. The remake also explains that Burke is composed of Vikings from around the world who have joined forces to hunt dragons.
We know that Vikings traveled far and wide. And what if dragons were a problem everywhere they went? And so they gathered the best dragon-fighting warriors from everywhere. Kind of a task force. And they came to this island because they knew it was within spitting distance of a key dragon's nest. But here they are generations later, and they still haven't found it.
While race is never a plot point, the fact that Astrid pushes herself to be the best echoes how many people of color must often work twice as hard to achieve what's gift-wrapped to those born into privilege.
In case you forgot, our parents' war is about to become ours. Figure out which side you're on.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. More about Hiccup's mother. How to Train Your Dragon is a father-son story. As such, the original doesn't delve too deep into Hiccup's mom outside of a breastplate gag.
I brought you something to keep you safe in the ring.
Wow. Thanks.
Your mother would have wanted you to have it. It's half of her breastplate. Matching set. Keeps her close, you know.
At the time, there were no guarantees the animated film would get a sequel that could explore what happened to Hiccup's mother, Valka. Since a live-action version of How to Train Your Dragon 2 is already in the works, it makes sense that the first remake would touch upon the mother more. Valka is name-dropped during an early conversation between Stoic and Gobber.
That young man actually wants to make you proud.
But he's got a mind of his own. Gets that from his mother. Look what happened to her.
Yeah, because Valka was the stubborn one.
It's also mentioned that dragons took Valka, intensifying Stoic's hatred of them. Valka might not make an appearance, although since Butler got to reprise his role, we're holding out hope for a Cate Blanchett casting announcement.
I have no use for rings of gold. I care not for your poetry. I only want your hand to hold.
I only want you near me.
How do you feel about these changes? Let us know in the comments.
So much bigger from down here.
Can you guys believe we're actually standing here? This is where Chief Brave Owl slew the Whispering Death.
Yeah, and it's where Chief Tough Nut will slay everything else. Watch and learn.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.